Good evening. Welcome to the Southborough Trails Committee meeting, August 14th. This is Catherine calling the meeting to order at 7:31. We're going to do a roll call vote. Let me know that you're here. Will Warren. He's here. He just stepped away. He's here. Satyendra Sharma.
Yes, here.
Kat McKee here. I guess that didn't go over well because I asked him to stick around for that. All right. So first up, we have minutes, but we're not going to go over the minutes from last time. We'll do that at next meeting. I will report back that I had submitted all of our meeting minutes, the ones that were outstanding. They all got pushed back because they don't have the news protocol is to put something about documents on the bottom, and if there were documents to say yes or no to that. So I will, after this meeting, go back through my emails, find out what that protocol is, update the minutes and get those out. Because right now we look like we're delinquent because we don't have minutes from the last several meetings. So apologies to anyone who reads this or views this meeting after the fact. Okay, so we really need Mr. Sati to come, Mr. Will Warren to come back to have this chat. So I guess we'll do that. Amber Stern, the woman who helped us from BCT, she helped build the trail with us in June. She has offered another date of September 5th. It's a Friday. I don't know if you're available or not, Sati, but to help us build out that second part of the trail on the other side.
Okay, yeah, I don't know yet,
Okay,
but
be an if. Okay. Okay, Will, you just missed roll call, so just for purposes of record, I'm going to go ahead and do another roll call. Let me know
Okay.
here when I call your name. Will Warren.
Here.
Satyendra Sharma.
Here.
Kat McKee here. Great, so everyone's here. So, Will, we were just chatting about minutes. I'll do the I'll update the minutes next time, and the backlog is we have several outstanding that I had tried to submit, but there's a new protocol for minutes. If you're a clerk for any other committee, you're probably more aware of this than I am, that you have to put the words document at the bottom of it and indicate if you have any documents or not. So because
I always do that.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, I do it when we have documents, but we didn't have any documents. So, but I still have to do it even though we don't have any documents.
Who gave you that feedback? I've never gotten that before.
Yeah, I got, so all four of them got bounced back. So I was just like, well, I don't really have the minutes to do this again. So I'm going to do it tonight is what I was referring, why I always brought that up. Okay. And then Amber Stern reached out and asked if we wanted volunteers to help build out the second part of the natural surface trail on the other side of the little pond area. And she's got 5 people that would help us on September 5th, which is a Friday. Would you be able to help us, Will? Interested?
Yeah, that'd be fine. I guess the other thing is if we suddenly, our link to Amber has come back to life. I think it'd be great to ask her, about this Mass GIS and how we can get someone to update that or help them update
She's not that person. So
I understand, but she might have a contact. I understand.
Yeah, she might. And so I'm going to let you take that on with her.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming were you able to find a map resource yet?
No, but now that I've stumbled upon Mass GIS, I'm gonna start looking under their umbrellas.
Well, so I understand. We what we need, and we need to do this in short order, is find someone who can, because we need a printable map. So it's not just like doing a snippet of GIS. We just need, someone to help us kind of create a map.
Well, if you look at the bottom of the email, that's a pretty nice quality there.
Yeah. Okay.
But you're looking for something that would just be sort of hand drawn?
Nope. We need a nice map that goes in a kiosk that you print that you want to see for the next 25 years.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm just saying that That's very old school. This technology, you
okay.
can, not only can you download it to your phone, you can
Yeah,
view it
we can do a
online.
QR code. Yep, I'm with you, but we have
Okay.
to have a map on the board. So if we don't want to do that, then the committee can make the decision not to do that. But that's what we've been working with for months. So waiting on that information. If you don't have it, then that's fine. If you can't get it, we'll have to go to Plan B, which I'm not sure what that is.
I think Plan B is gonna be a waste of money, but yeah, keep going. All right. I'm gonna keep going on this branch.
Yep, I'm happy that you keep going. We just need, we're gonna put the signs up before December, so we need to go ahead. We gotta get them printed and stuff, so we need to kind of settle on that. If you don't mind.
Right, but, okay, all right, I'm just curious as to why you think the quality of what, of what you can get out of this system is not appropriate.
Will, how does what you've sent me translate to what goes on a sign on a board that goes to a printer that needs to get put into a design board? How does that gonna work?
It's an image, and they will print an image.
Okay,
It's a PDF or whatever, but it's an image that you can then have printed.
okay.
I mean, and signs can have, I'm sure can have quite a bit of resolution and artwork on them.
Yep, it's similar to what we've been using all along. I was just hoping for something professional that didn't need to be done by us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. So I have good news. We have received bid documents from Beals and Thomas. I'm gonna
Okay.
send those to you guys now. Our next step in this is to get them over to Travis, the recreation director, and have him take a look and with Melanie and Mark and find out what needs to happen next steps and what our timeline is for advertising, getting it posted out. We'll have to set up a schedule, have a queue. If we need a site visit, then we do a site visit, go ahead and get that all organized so we can go to bid as soon as possible. This is the minute we've been waiting for a while. Okay, so I'm gonna send it to you now. And then I'll put it on the screen. Okay, so let's see. A second. There it is. All right. Okay. Let's see now. Okay, let me know when you see a big document that says Peninsula Trail Boardwalk and Bridge Project. Is it sharing screens? Can someone unmute themselves and let me know that you can see?
Yep, it's there.
Okay, great, thanks, because I just don't know if I'm supposed wrong screen. Okay,
Sorry,
this-
yeah, I can see too.
okay, thank you. Okay, so this is the bid document. So they put together the invitation for bid. This is all just the standard stuff. I've emailed it to you. You can take a look. It looks very similar to the bid document we put together a couple years ago, but obviously this is custom to them. So this is kind of all the standard legal ease, the form. So that's why I'm scrolling fast. We're not going to be wordsmithing this. This is a document, 152 pages provided by the state that have to go in all bids. It's the TNCs. So this is the other piece which would go in the bid, and this details, it's the design engineer plans for the bridge and the boardwalk. So if you want to take a few minutes, in the next day or so, take a look, see if you have any questions. And we'll go ahead and schedule a time to talk to Travis, Melanie, or Mark, whoever needs to happen, and get this going. But yeah. All right.
Bottom line, how does their dollars compare to our budget?
So I didn't see that they put any dollars in here, and I can't remember let's take a look for a second. Let me look at last year at the other bid document to see if we did, because I was curious if we put a budget in there or if we were just,
So you're saying the bid document doesn't include a price?
I didn't see one in theirs, but let me just check on what we did. Just curious. All right, so we have this. Show construction about the project, project description, additional specs. Project timeline, bid site visit and Q&A, compliance. Pictures. Maybe we didn't last year either. Last time though. Yeah, I don't see a price in here.
Yeah, but this is a bid, this isn't just an acceptance of what, our price.
This is a bid that I'm looking at
Yeah,
that we developed and had approved by the town. So yeah, I don't see.
oh, this is a bid request.
Yeah, request for bids.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
sorry.
there's nothing in there. Yeah. So, yeah, so that's exciting. This is what we've been waiting for. So we kind of got to get moving on that. It might take a couple weeks for the internal town people to kind of get all settled and figure out what needs to happen for us to be able to, go to bid, and then we'll,
Oh, okay.
see what comes around.
So, okay, so we have no idea how much they're gonna ask for to actually do all this work.
Yeah, I don't think we're asking, we wait for people to submit what they do, and we're forced to go with the lowest bidder. Unless there's a compelling reason not to.
And so we're over some threshold amount.
That we would have to go to bid, you mean? Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, any questions on the bid? So I'll let you know how we, I'll talk to Travis, I'll send him an email and ask him what our next steps should be. Copying Mark and Melanie.
so we're doing this under the auspices of the Recreation Department? Or I'm
No,
sorry, different Travis, okay,
Well, Travis is the recreation director who oversees, right, we're kind of nested under recreation, so that's why Travis is our department head. Right,
okay,
and so we
okay,
keep him in the loop, and then Mark and Melanie are the procurement officers of the town
okay,
that handle the bid process, so that's why we're all gonna be involved.
okay. Travis is a really nice guy, I've met him.
Yeah, yes, he is really nice. And speaking of, I was supposed to give an update at the Recreation Commission on Monday, but they had some prioritization that they needed to do, so we'll be meeting with them in September, which is gonna work anyway for us because we'll have much better update at that point. Maybe we've even had an open bid, our bid gone to be posted by them. Okay, so that's that. So we do need to, like, in a hurry, get through our signage. This is just gonna require a few kind of work sessions, but we have some competing priorities because there's a section of trail that needs some trail work off of Deerfoot. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's the standard brush growing in. But it shouldn't take us much time if we are able to carve out an hour or two after work, or in an evening, if you're open to it on a weekday. Would that work for anyone, like, next?
Yeah, that would work fine, I just have to, figure out the schedule and things.
For the signage,
No, well, there's two things. I switched topics on you. One is we need to do signage and have a few work sessions for that, but I switched to work parties for the trail cleanup, for the trail brush cleanup. So if we're looking at the calendar, and next week is hard, the last week in August, starting with the Monday, the 25th. What would you guys' availability be on, say, Monday, the 25th? For example, August 25th.
I'll be available.
You available, Will?
Yeah,
Monday,
It's Monday, August 25th. So like meet at 5:30 or something like that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Does that work for you, Sati?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put you down. So I'll send us an invite for that. Thank you. And so what we'll plan to do is we'll need to swing by the shed, pick up our tools, and then go to the Deerfoot and clean that up. And I also will have, I need to get that mowing update. Something came up last week or the week before. DCR reached out to me to ask if to let us know that there was a concern. Someone had written in to DCR about brush. Somebody along the reservoirs right on Fayville off of Fay School's athletic field on off of Parker. What is it, Parkerville? Is that the name of the road? Someone had cleared some brush along the waterway, and so the complaint was, we're not allowed to clear our brush, and why is someone allowed to clear this brush? So when I did a physical inspection, I just walked out there. I did see some dead brush that was kind of accumulated and had been piled up that was kind of on other green brush. And I saw where some thorny brambles had been cut, but nothing was clear cut, or they used the word bulldozed. And so I didn't see anything bulldozed necessarily. But it may have been that some of it had grown back. So at the time that this person witnessed it, it could have looked that way to them. Anyway, so I took some pictures and I explained to Kelly that we had not done any work, but it is possible that, if someone were to do a proactive clearing, they might cut further back just to, as kind of a good faith, it's a good best practice to kind of cut far back. If it's going to grow into the trail, it saves you energy the further you cut back. So I just didn't know if the person was maybe planning ahead. She got back to me and said in the end, it ended up being, I think National Grid was doing some work. So they,
Okay, and this clearing would be where Deerfoot crosses the water there, right?
well, no, the clearing is where Parkerville, with the trail crosses Parkerville.
Yeah, okay,
At that there's at that athletic field, Sharp Field is right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Fay School field, yep.
Yep. And so so that's all set, not a problem now. Kelly also mentioned something that National Grid is going to be doing some work on their lines, the power lines that cross the Peninsula Trail. And she at first was concerned that the overlap may interrupt some of the construction that we're doing on our project. So she went to a Q&A meeting, and the work they're doing is going to start in February of 2026. And the only work that I think it could potentially interrupt if it were earlier is the signage that we're installing would be along that route. So so I think we're in the clear there, but I did ask if there was an opportunity, and she said that the National Grid folks have a whole department of people who reach out when these types of things happen. So we might be getting a notification from them anyway. But I was thinking, would it be possible to ask National Grid, since they're going to be back there doing all of this work on their power lines, though that roadway, that dirt road after you pass the pump station where the pavement ends, it's really very lots of ruts and water gathers and mud puddles happen. So I'm wondering if they would be open or interested in kind of doing any kind of repair on that road to beef up the gravel, to make it, less potholy, in the name of, because our accessible trail ends technically at that second slope, right? But the pavement continues. So if you were, say, you had an impairment, but you weren't it was a partial impairment, you could still walk.
Right.
Could this improvement help extend the accessibility of the trail? You know what I mean?
Would we have to get DCR or
Well,
the
DCR is
Mass?
already involved because National Grid has to contact them. It's their land and they're on,
I understand, but for National Grid to improve the road, would they consider that separate activity, or? something that
It's all a
needs-
question of like, it's all part of the questioning. Like, it's
Okay.
part of like, hey, would you consider? And MWA obviously would have to be involved because they are also, that road is used to maintain their infrastructure. So it's DCR, MWA and National Grid would be involved. But I just wanted to explore that as an option if they were interested, because it just might help improve the quality of the path after they leave, and if you remember when they did some work up in off of Ward Road, along the trail there, it was very rutted up for a long time because that was very wet. So when they were bringing their big heavy trucks through, lots of,
Right.
tire marks and things like that.
Well, I remember that section of trail, after the paving, it got really wet. I mean,
Yes,
it's like
very
there's a
wet.
swamp there. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's sort of an elevated swamp. It's higher than the reservoir itself.
Oh, I've never noticed. Yeah. So yeah, so that's what's going on in that world. And so I will be making the request, once I have the right contact, and to see if they're interested in doing anything like that. Okay. So for signage, I've been doing a lot of thinking about this. We talked last time about I would reach out to the Historical Society and see if they have any contacts, because the contact that we had for the Native American information is not coming through. So we really need to be able to fact check some of the information that we want to put on our sign. So I want to reach out and see if they have anybody that they would connect with, who'd connect us with. But I did do some drafting of the signage a while back. We did some storyboarding together, so we have a good outline of our concepts and what we'd like to do. So I think our next step is, and I used some chat GPT to kind of fill in some gaps and organize the signage so that we could have at least something to respond to. And then we need to obviously fact check our information and see what we want to put out there. And definitely, Will, to your earlier point, the use of QR codes so we can keep things really fresh. Like pointing to websites and things like that, rather than, just relying on a board but some of this stuff isn't going to change, right? So the history isn't going to change because it is what it is.
Right.
So we'll use that as much as we can to make sure we're modern in our signage and able to connect with resources that, will stay current when they need to.
Are there any historical societies or something that publish and keep up to date, information about towns like Southborough or?
They have some interesting resources on their website. I haven't been there in a while, but yeah, I bought one of Michael's books. I forget what it was. It was interesting to read about how Southborough came to be.
What's Michael's last name?
It's, him, he used to be the historical commissioner, the historical commission chair.
Okay, I don't think I
Weishen?
have.
Is it Michael Weishen?
I can't say that
Weishen.
I may recognize him if I see him again, but I can't. I don't recognize the name. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supported. He has been our supporter actually.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
they've supported some of our CPC applications. They've shared letters of support, the Historical Commission, not the Society. But I know he's with the Society, so that's what I was gonna
Okay.
reach out to. So what I'd like to do is, if you don't mind, setting up a series of meetings, one to remain accountable, so that I have to produce something for the committee and that we have to address it so that we can on a regular basis kind of move this forward. Because we want to go ahead and we have to get all of this wrapped up by December, and it's going to come quicker than we think, right? So would you be open to scheduling a series of weekly meetings as work sessions to knock it out?
Sure. I mean, when you say schedule, you're talking to both of us. Would we be willing to participate in weekly meetings?
Correct.
Right? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, just for a few weeks. I don't think it'll take more than 2 to 3.
Yeah, I mean, my Wednesday evenings are not good. Other
Okay,
than
we
that,
can
I'm
stay away
okay in
from
the
there.
evening. Yeah.
Do you have any Asati that we want to stay away from on a regular basis?
Where is that?
Do you have any days of the week that work less are unfavorable for weekly meetings, like if we were to do some work sessions?
Wednesday is not good.
Not good, so Wednesday is not good for anybody. That's
Yeah.
okay. So, let's see. All right, so we said we would meet on the 25th for a work party. Would the 28th, that's a Thursday, we typically work on Thursdays, but could we meet a little earlier so we have a little bit more time? Like if we needed an hour and a half, we could go a little later without it being too late. So could we start at, say, 6:30 on Thursday?
Thursday, the 28th.
Yes, sir.
That's of
8th of August.
of August. Hold on,
Yeah.
let me reorient my
Yeah.
calendar here. Yeah, 28th is fine.
Okay. So August 28th. So we're gonna do Monday, the 25th. So that's 2 meetings. Well, the first one's not really a meeting. It's doing some trail work. So we're gonna do it on Monday, the 25th at 5:30. And then Thursday, the 28th at 6:30. That's gonna be a work session for the signage. Yay. The next week is Labor Day. So
Right.
that's Monday's Labor Day. And then Friday, the 5th is that day, the work party, they want to do the trail.
That's
9/5.
fine. Yep.
How about, would we be open to meeting on 9/4 that Thursday night?
Yeah, that's fine.
And do a 6:30 again? Is that cool with you, Sati?
Yes.
Okay, and so I think, but with the 2 of those, I think that's gonna, by the 4th, we can even use that as our goalpost. We'll want to have like a good draft to send to the designers to start chatting with. And in the meantime, we can be getting our resources, finding the information we're trying to do.
So this is the meeting for signage, right?
Yes, yes. So we're gonna talk, and strictly that, unless something creeps up that we absolutely have to talk about, like maybe the bid, of course. That actually will be good if that's really good that we're meeting though, because we'll be able to talk about the bid and move that forward quickly. So that's very good. Okay, so there's gonna be 2 things. It's a work session and the bid. Okay, so that's September 4th.
When you say the bid, we will be going over the bid
Well,
request.
going over any process that we need to understand, because we have to do legal postings and all sorts of things and get
Okay.
everything organized and ready. So
Okay.
there may be a time or two we need to make some decisions in that time frame.
Okay.
So it's good that we have these meetings. Okay, so that's helpful. I think we can make good progress with that. Any questions or thoughts? In the meantime, I think I just need one vendor. I need to find a vendor for sign installation and get an updated quote for that. So I will do that as well. That has to happen simultaneously. Okay, so nothing more on that. Any questions? Okay, great. So trail mowing and brush clearing, we talked already about this a little bit. I have still not yet connected with J&J. I sent him an email, did not hear back. So I'm gonna, I have been looking at some of the trails and they do look like they're maintained, like the Fayetteville part of, the Fay Trail, the trail along the Fay school that we were just referring to. J&J has been contracted to mow our section of that, so that was well maintained. So I'm hopeful that things have been moving along, but I still just need confirmation. And then I need to talk with Bill Cundiff from DPW to find out how long their contract for mowing is gonna last so that we know when we need to pick that up. And I think if we have to pick it up, do we have to go to bid depending on how much it is, right? Because DPW has to go to bid for that contract, for the mowing contract. So if it hits a certain threshold, we'll have to see. I mean, it's not gonna hit the threshold where, actually, we won't hit $50,000, so we won't have to go to bid, but we'll probably have to get 3 quotes and do that process. All right, so that's trail mowing. Any questions or thoughts on that?
No, by the way, my wife attended one of the yoga on the trail sessions. She thought it was very nice.
Oh, great, last Saturday.
Yes, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, so that's actually, we can bring that up, because, there was a wonderful session last Saturday. We have had a lot of signups. Like over 100 have signed up for the series already. And she had one in July, one in August. This is the third one.
I
So-
think my wife went to the one in July.
in July, okay.
Yeah, not this one. but-
Yeah, so it's going really well, and, yeah, so, Sati, do you do yoga yourself? You or your wife?
My wife is not yoga person, but I am. I go to,
You do?
yeah.
Well, they're having a session this Saturday if you're interested, 9 a.m.
Yeah, I'll try.
on Parkerville. You don't have to, but it could be fun. I was gonna try to go to one too, but I don't know if my schedule will let it
That's
happen.
on Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday at 9 a.m. And it's off of Parkerville. Like, so you just park there where we're talking about that field and you walk across the street.
Yeah,
like
I'm
heading
actually gonna
towards
be in
Deerwood.
Boston that day.
Yeah. But yeah, and the weather's been great, so that's worked out really well. So yeah, go Emma. So that's the yoga on the trails update. Bench location and scheduling. So we just need to figure out, and we can talk about this when we meet, to do the work. Ooh, actually, that might be a good thing. Let me send an email and see if I can get permission to put a bench, because if we're gonna be there anyway, we'll see if we can put a bench up, where we wanted to.
Okay, do we need any special tools for that?
For the
Other than
bench.
the gorilla thing or the
No, if
wheelbarrow
we do
thing?
if we bring the bench there, we could just walk it out of the car, because the car is right next to the location where, so we won't really need the gorilla cart.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, so that's good. But yeah, no special equipment. But
well, what about, are we gonna plant anything, to keep it from getting stolen or?
yeah, we're gonna do the auger screws.
So do we need to
Anchors.
bring an auger or whatever, or?
No, the only thing I'll need to do, and now we have a drill. Number one, I need to charge the batteries. Number
So
one.
we are gonna bring the drill in order to drill. the
Yeah,
hole.
we just
Okay.
need is it a drill? We need to drill a hole into the side of the foot of the bench, so that when we're screwing in the anchor, it has somewhere to go. Rather
Okay,
than
yeah,
just.
make sure you have a large enough bit yeah,
Yes,
to
yep,
create a large enough hole.
yeah. Last time we used my husband's, but we bought bits and a driver, so we should be okay.
Okay,
We just have to figure out the right size and stuff. But yeah, and so maybe if we don't have that much work to do, we can do, I think we have a couple of tools that still need to be assembled, like the weed whacker that we purchased, so there'll be a little bit of that as well. Okay. Okay, I think I have something on here about appointments, but I think we figured that out. I think we're good to go there. Okay. Oh, they had 28 on Saturday. That's incredible. That's a wonderful class. Wow. I'll ask her how parking's been too, because I'm curious. There's a nice set of parking, but I don't know about 28. That's like a party. Wow, that's good. Good for her.
and so we're not paying per person, we're just paying for
Per
the session?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I really like that it's taken off. Okay, so I think those are the main topics tonight. Do you guys have anything that we haven't talked about that you want to bring up?
No,
Okay,
I'm fine.
so I really appreciate your help in the next few meetings, the 28th. So we're gonna meet on the 25th, the 28th, and the 5th, and the 4th. So I will send out invites for those, so we have them, and hopefully we can make them, because definitely the in-person meeting, I mean, the discussions are gonna be really important to move things forward, so hopefully we'll get Tom and see if he can join us by then too.
So first, next meeting is,
The next time we're gonna gather is on Monday, the 25th. That's gonna be like a work party, like an outdoor work party. So I'm probably not gonna post for it, because it's more of a site visit. We just won't talk business. Okay, so that's the 25th. Then we're meeting on Thursday, the 28th at 6:30 PM. That's a Zoom meeting. That's going to be a work session for the signage and the bid reviews. That's August 28th. And then then Thursday, 9/4, September 4th at 6:30 PM. Another work session. And then for those who can make it, Friday, the 5th, September 5th, will be a volunteer trail building day for part 2 of the Natural Surface Trail.
Sure.
Work out
Yeah, what do we do if it rains? We cancel
with the who?
with the September 5th trail building.
Should we?
Cancel if it rains?
Oh, if it rains, well, it depends on how hard. If it's thunderstorms, we cancel. If it's downpour, we cancel. If it's a little drizzle and people don't mind getting a little drizzly, carry on.
Yeah,
We're
no,
Jewish people.
that's fine with me. Drizzle's fine.
So yeah, we'll play it by ear and hope for the best. Okay. All right. Thank you all. So I think, can we have someone make a motion to adjourn?
I'm gonna outweight Sati here.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'll make a motion.
Okay, thank you. And
I
so,
second the motion.
okay, let's do roll call. Will Warren,
Aye.
Satyendra Sharma,
Yes.
Kat McKee. Yes. Okay, great. We adjourn at 8:08. Thank you all. Have a great weekend and we'll be in touch.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.